Good morning, everybody. Welcome to BlueSync on this amazing Thursday, August 29th. Thank you guys for being here. Pretty important BlueSync today. Actually, a very, very important one. Real quick before we get going, and I'll say this again at the end. I want to give a shout out to Riza and Cassandra, two of our ASCs down in Sunstar. I'm hoping that they're on today. I see Riza is on. They are the new admins on the Coldwell Banker Sunstar Realty Facebook page, and they will be heading that page. And I couldn't be more excited for them to do that. So thank you guys for taking that responsibility. And to all of our Sunstar ASCs, there was an email that went out from Carrie recently about this, and managers. But if you ever have anything you want on the page for your office, an event coming up, a congratulatory post for a certain agent, they will be the ones to send it to. So Risa and Cassandra in Sunstar. So if you guys have any questions about that, please feel free to reach out to myself or them. But they are spearheading that Sunstar page with some direction from myself. So thank you guys for doing that. Let's jump right into this. We're going to talk some big Facebook changes. So let's give a little bit of insight real quick. Over the past year or two, there has been a lot of drama regarding Facebook ads and targeting, questions about the selling of data or what can I target in fair housing. And one of the biggest ones that has actually come to the forefront was this realization that some landlords, generally landlords, but also realtors and real estate companies, were discriminating in their ads for renting apartments, for apartment complexes. They would exclude certain family types, they would exclude certain races to make sure that they got who they wanted in their building, which of course goes against all of our fair housing rules and laws, is very, very illegal. And it became a whole thing where the Department of, or sorry, is it Housing and Urban Development, HUD? Is it Department of HUD? Yeah, HUD was really upset about that and took a lot of it out on Facebook, basically saying, they're using your platform, they're using your targeting capabilities, and that needs to change. And Facebook got slapped with a very large fine because of this. And there's a lot to be said about, again, is that the correct course? Is it whose fault is what? And so without getting into that part of it, essentially how this ended was Facebook got slapped with, like I said, a big fine, and they made a lot of changes to their audiences, which took effect officially on Monday, this past Monday, the 26th. So this is the link, and I'll make sure to link to this in the Blue Matters Monday that goes out. But this link basically shows us the three. They basically have what they call special ad categories now, and there are three of them, and you can see them all right here: credit opportunity, employment opportunity, and housing opportunity or related service. Now that's the big catch for a lot of us. So you can see here that means ads that promote or directly link to a housing opportunity or related service, including but not limited to listings for the sale or rental of a home or apartment, homeowners insurance, mortgage loans, etc., etc. Now this is an interesting thing that I just actually saw about 15-20 minutes ago. It says you can include the equal opportunity housing logo and slogan to help differentiate your ads as non-discriminatory. So that's whatever, but the part that is difficult is this next paragraph right here. So, to comply with our advertising policies, certain targeting options are not available for ads in special categories. This includes lookalike audiences. However, to help you reach people who may be interested in your ad, you can create a special ad audience. You can choose an information source, such as a pixel or a custom audience, and let us create a new audience based on some of their features. So that part gets a little more into using a pixel or a custom audience based off of audiences you might already have. But the gist of it, and you can see right here, we encourage you to broaden, not restrict your market. Our targeting options, like all audience selection tools on Facebook, must be used in ways that are inclusive and non-discriminatory. So, short version from my end, they're moving in the right direction. They're taking steps to prevent this sort of stuff from happening, prevent discriminatory actions from taking place. However, my 2 cents is they're going pretty far the other direction. They might be overcorrecting. Now, they are a very fluid company when it comes to this, so there's always the chance that they do change. They do kind of steer back in the other direction a little bit. But for now, they seem to have overcorrected a little bit. And the rollout has not been amazing. And let me show you what I mean by that. So, essentially, a lot of audiences that we have built now, including things like interested in moving. Sometimes we used to be able to do income levels and stuff like that. Those features are no longer available for us to target. And any audience that uses those will not be able to be used anymore. They will be prevented from moving forward. I actually saw this just yesterday. I got a your ad is disapproved notice from Facebook for one of our office pages because it used an audience that we had been using for a couple of years up to this point, but now we no longer could. So what I want to show you guys today, the main takeaway from today, is I want to show you what is available now and what we need to change our audiences to. And I would ask that when you have time the next day or two, go in and look at the audiences you use to target on your office pages, or if your agents have issues with them, and and take out the categories that we can't use anymore. Okay? And again, if you have questions, of course, I'm your guy. So I'm going to show you first an ads manager because I want to show you what happens when I go to, I'm on the Greater Grand Rapids area page, but when I click on create, you'll notice right now there's all of a sudden a special ad category right here that says, and makes me check this box, I am creating a campaign for ads in a special ad category, credit, employment, or for us, of course, housing. We have to check this box, and we have to say housing. If we are detected running consistent housing ads, not checking this, our account could get suspended, our page could get suspended. So, if you see, if you ever use Ads Manager, you must make sure you check this box and that you switch this over to housing from credit or employment. So then I'm going to go down like always, and we're going to pick the category. I'm just going to say I'm doing a video ad. And I'm just going to say BlueSync video 1. I'm not really going to go too far into this. So this next thing is what I want to show you, and I've got a graphic that'll go over this all in a second. If you look here, saved audiences are no longer available. I am not able to go in and pick my saved audiences from the past, which means I have to create a new one. So again, we talked about this with the special ad audience. This is something that's a little bit more intense that we're not going to be looking at right now. I want to look at our interest-based stuff for now. So, excuse me. You'll see a couple of things here I want to show you. 1, age. This option is fixed and cannot be changed. Gender. This option is fixed and cannot be changed. Location and detailed targeting are still things we can change, which is good. So, of course, with location, we don't want it to just be the U.S. I'm just going to put in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and boom, we got our little radius there. Like always, the only difference now is that locations have to be a minimum of 15 miles, but they can, of course, go all the way up to 50. So we're going to keep it at 15, but you can still add other things. So the other day I tried Leelanau County. You can still do counties. You'll see that the county up there gets the whole county is targeted there as well. So counties are available, cities are available with a 15-mile radius, okay? Additionally, detailed targeting. This is obviously probably the biggest blow because our options are very limited now. When I click Browse, when I click on Interests, you'll notice that already behaviors and demographics are gone. Just interests, and even the interest list. Now you can tell, there are loads of interests here. However, a lot of them have been removed. For example, things like fishing, or running, or swimming have been removed. Oh, swimming pool is there. That could be useful. What is still here, thankfully, is when I type in real estate, we've got a lot of real estate options here. Real estate, broker, development, investing, luxury real estate. I'm going to type in regular real estate as well. Whoops. Type in real estate. Then I'm going to put in Zillow. Zillow is still there. Realtor.com is still there. These 4 are essentially, moving forward, going to be our big 4 key interests. Sorry, not demographics. Our key interests. You can scroll down and see there are a bunch. Apartments.com. Apartments might still be a good way to do it. Apartment list, apartment guide. So apartments are things you can still target. But besides that, it really is more industry based than anything. Bungalow. They do have more interesting enough real estate related words, like I said, like bungalow. But business travel, car rentals, career development, all of these sorts of things, like I said, are more business oriented. You can see, again, commuting, computer engineering, all this sort of stuff. Scrolling down, data science, day trade, debit card, etc. So there are still, a few hundred interests here. However, it is still a smaller list than what we are used to. So then that's what we would keep it as, right? Luxury real estate, Realtor.com, and Zillow generally, and then you'd move on to do the rest of your ad like normal. Now, The biggest issue right now, I mentioned this at the top. That's a cool poster. I mentioned this at the top that it has not fully been rolled out well yet. Peter Hopkins and I in Florida have discussed this the past couple of days. That is all in Ads Manager, obviously. When I go to boost a post, that option is that special ads category option is not there. So when I go here, I click boost post on my business page. At this point, there isn't anything that says you must use you must click special ad category. So if I pick, my audience, or maybe I pick this starter home one, it is still, you can see I've got all these interests here. It does still let me boost it. What will happen though, at least from what we've been told, is if we boost this ad with that audience, it will either get rejected or it will start running and then be rejected once it is found out for a real estate centric ad. So the reason I'm telling us this is that right now we will need to create a new audience with only those few targets available. So I'd click create new audience, I'd name it. Again, I'd keep the age right there, keep the gender right there, pick the locations I want, and then the detailed targeting that I want. Now, because this is still such a brand new rollout, personally, I fully suspect Facebook will add that special ad category to this boosted post screen in the very near future. They just haven't done it yet, but I do suspect it to happen pretty soon. So just keep an eye out for when that does happen. Of course, I'll keep us updated as that does. But in the meantime, we need to be vigilant. So, like I said, I have a little graphic that I'm going to make sure will be attached to it. This is what we're looking at right now. Targetable categories: age, 18 to 65 plus, sex, both. Those two are unchangeable. They won't even let us change it if we're doing it. Location, cities and counties, radius can still be changed, and I'll add 15-mile minimum. And then interest, real estate, luxury, real estate, Zillow, Realtor.com. I'll add an etc. there because there, of course, are, as we saw, there are quite a few more options. But for now, those are the ones that we're working with, okay? So that's the gist of it. It's not a fun blow to real estate and social marketing. It will be interesting to see, like I mentioned earlier, how big of an effect this has on real estate marketing on social media, and in addition, how will Facebook undercorrect and steer it back in this direction, or is this going to be is this going to be it moving forward? We are yet to find out, frankly. So, but I will still say with confidence, we are having great success right now with social ad engine across all of our regions. Honestly, I've seen some people do some ads that are just kicking butt. So this is not, and I don't know what we read or what we look at. I want to make it very clear that this is not like the end of social marketing, of Facebook marketing, not by any stretch of the imagination. It is just another change that we're going to work around, figure it out, and still kick some butt with. Okay? Are there any questions about what we talked about today? Of course, as they come up, send them my way. It might be a little bit of a wonky transition, just full stop. There's a good chance that ads get flagged and they're fine, and then we have to resubmit them, stuff like that. So just very honest, like it might be a bit of a learning curve. It will be just as much of a curve for myself and Peter and our Facebook experts as it is for everybody else. But it doesn't look like there are any questions coming in, so thank you guys for being on here. I appreciate your time and your skills, and everyone is amazing. Really happy to be able to be here. So thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your Thursday. And if you have any questions, of course, always reach out. Otherwise, I'll talk to y'all soon.